Hello and welcome back to Neil and Jan's Reselling.
Neil.
I say,
I'm Jan.
Yes, I say welcome back because slightly different today. We're doing the show and tell. However, when you see this, apart from if you're seeing it live, the actual walking around the boot sale is going to be slightly different. We had one or two complaints about actually being on camera going round and people, and
Some of the staff at the boot sale weren't happy about camera fleetingly going across them.
Yeah,
so
some people didn't want to be seen.
Sensitive to their wants and needs.
So after having a discussion with Andy, who is in charge, who runs this boot sale, I offered and said, well, when I do the edit, I'll send you a copy of that film first before we let it go live to the public. And we thought that would probably be quite a good compromise. And I mean, we like the boot sale. I think it's organised really well. And so I want to work with Andy and so that you guys can enjoy the footage, and we don't want to be offending anybody or people being seen that don't want to be seen. So we're actually going to do that. So yes, that's going to be good. So you're probably going to be seeing the show and tell first, and then you'll actually get to see the going around the boot sale afterwards. So I hope that's okay for everybody. Right, so
because we did think we were in danger of having to do another rainy Sunday live this morning, but it actually turned out it was very, very cold. Well, it wasn't very, very cold. It was chilly compared to what we've been used to.
Yeah, I mean there wasn't sunshine on it, but it was good weather.
It was a nice autumnal day, really, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was nice, and because that one doesn't actually start till, was it 10 o'clock?
Yeah, 10 o'clock. Well, 10 o'clock's the early bird, and then 11 o'clock is half price, which is
so it wasn't getting up
at 10,
stupidly early.
At 11
hi Ruth. In fact,
hi,
nice
Ruth.
to see you on here. Hello. Hope you're having a good Sunday. So we did get some stuff.
We did indeed.
And I initially started off with £50, and then Jan let me another 10.
Then you came to the Bank of Jan.
The Bank of Jan halfway around the boot sale to get some more. So that was cool. Just gonna say, just gonna put a banner. Welcome to Neil and Jan Resellers, and also please comment where you're from. Now, please comment where you're from is for the people that are live, but also those people who are watching it on the replay. We want to know where you guys. It's a me thing. I like to know where people are from, where our audience is from. The other thing is,
and speaking about that, can we do a shout out to Keith in Australia?
Hi Keith in Australia,
because he wanted to be live with us today, but it's kind of I don't know what time it is over there.
It's going to be stupid o'clock over it. But
people.
But thank you very much. Ulrika and Oliver Wild. Hello, both from Birmingham. Excellent. Hi. Hope the weather's not too bad in Birmingham today. So should we get on with a little bit of stuff?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I bought some bits that are a couple of bits that are slightly different to what I normally do, and I'm probably going to start with a big thing first. I've got some
we both bought big things.
Big things today. Big things are going down in Crawley.
Lately has been don't buy big things because we've got nowhere to keep them. And what did we do? We bought big things.
A really big thing.
And when he came up to me with the trolley with this really big thing in it, it was like, oh my God.
Where am I going to put this? So this is a
Reebok core
trainer. Now the idea of this thing is that it's a platform, and it's adjustable, and you stand on it, and the idea is that you wobble about, and it works your core muscles.
I'm going to have a go.
I know.
Given my balance problems, it's going to be.
I'm just trying to get it on camera so you can actually.
I'm trying to stop the chair from falling over here because you keep pushing it
further
and further back.
But, so this is the thing. It cost me £5.
Yeah, because that to me looks as though you put those bungee elastic cords through there so you can do like that while you're balancing.
I think you probably do. I think it's exercise-wise working your core muscles. Now, I thought that would be really, really expensive. I thought they were going to be like 150 quid, something like that. And therefore, I thought they might sell for like 80 quid or something like that. However, it looks like they're down around the 20, 25 kind of, maybe the odd one up to 30 or 40, but not as much as I thought. If I thought there was only that little bit.
I think it's like all the exercise equipment. You sit there feeling large and you think, if only I had that, I would be slim.
I would be slim.
I would do it every single day without.
What, you mean like me and the Wii Fits?
Well, all the exercise equipment we bought over the years, and if I just go all the way back to my mum in the 60s when she bought that flipping torture wheel thing, kneel on the floor.
What if I put that in?
That didn't last long.
What if I put that in front of the telly and put a Wii Fit board on top of it?
Oh,
that
could be. But it's just a case you buy these things, and it's like your gym membership. You don't even have to buy the equipment. You just buy your gym membership. And you think, I will go every day. And you do for all of a week.
A week, yeah.
Because it's top day, isn't it? And then leg day, and then bucket day. Excuse my language.
Oh, hello from Shoreham. Sorry, how do you pronounce that? Copy?
Carpe diem.
Oh, that's
the day.
Carpe. All right, that's why I didn't recognise the. Hello from Shoreham. Excellent. We do love to, as you probably know, if you've seen the channel, we love to get down to Shoreham. And we've got Ian Potter. Are you friends with benefits? No, we're married.
No benefit to that.
I
lie. I get a cup of tea in the morning. But we are also best friends, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
Yes, we say that.
Hang on, I need to turn this banner off. Hang on.
How come you've got nearly a full cup and I ran out?
Because you did yours quicker than I did. So, have you got one of yours, Jan?
I'm just going to start from the top of the bag.
This
one was one of the last things that I picked up. 2 seconds.
If you haven't got a drink, you should already have a drink with you guys.
I'm going to get one. It's a Cath Kidston bag that I picked up for 50p.
50p? That's rather good.
It's in good condition as far as the fabric's concerned, but I don't know if you can pick it up in the light. It's got some kind of staining around the top, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to clean that up.
It'd be, for 50p, it'd be a good.
But 50p, you don't mind having a go, even if you wreck it, do you?
Well, yeah, and if you can learn what to use to clean it up, then see others.
You can learn what's going to wreck it and what isn't.
Yeah.
So 50p for a Cath Kidston bag. If I can manage to get it clean, then that should be £10.
However, if you've got a nice spotlight from there onto your bag and carry that with you, because it looks rather good on picture. You can just about see some of the see some of the top bits.
But also, Cath Kidston as a company aren't making. I heard that on somebody else's channel. I think it was Collectibles who said that they're not actually making them anymore. Right. So I don't know if the company's gone out of business or if the factory burned down or
something to look at.
Or just all the people that make them are off with COVID. I don't know. But anyway,
Collectibles, we're from St Merseyside. What's that?
Crosby, I haven't got my glasses on.
Crosby, Merseyside.
Yeah, I was going to say, can I borrow your glasses?
Yes, borrow mine.
They're a bit bottly, aren't they?
Well, not bottly. Are they? They're bottly, apparently. Oh well. But it helps me see. So so that's
So
quite
that was 50p.
50p, and we're
And I
hoping.
always like things that are 50p. It just feels like the reason that you're at the boot sale,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
I mean, if you can, if you can turn that into.
How's your eBay game? Mine's quite. Yeah, we've been very quiet. I've had a little flurry the last 3 days. I think I had about almost a whole week without selling anything at all.
Yeah.
The last 3 days, I've sold half a dozen things, but
mine's.
I never have the big numbers anyway.
Mine's been really kind of slow. It had been slow, but last week actually picked up for me. I had 1 week recently with like £35. But the other week I picked up some cameras and some of those sold. And
that was at last Rusper boots.
Yeah, last Rusper. In fact,
it says me pointing towards
I can
Rusper.
tell you.
You wouldn't know where it was.
My this week I'm on £250 at the moment, so it's picked up this week. Yeah, and I've actually just sold another camera for £73 about 5 minutes before this started. So yeah, that's not too bad.
I don't know if you saw that at home, but that's Reckless on the sofa behind us, and he's always turned around 3 or 4 times before he lays down. He can't just get up and lay down.
It's
He's
just
got
a him
to turn
thing.
around several times.
Right, something else that I have never picked up before. Now I like the brand, but I picked up a pair of ski boots. So these are Salomon ski boots. I've never picked up ski boots before. I have never been. No, that's wrong. Actually, I think once or twice with my friend John and some other friends, we went skiing in the winter at Stammer Park in.
Oh, an indoors.
No. Actually, when there was snow, my friends John and the family had skis and actually had a go at Stammer Park when there was snow.
Oh, right.
So to say I've never been skiing would be a lie. But I really don't know what I'm doing skiing, and I was like, I don't know, 15 or something. So these are Salomon. So I like the Salomon brand. I've had Salomon shoes, and I've bought Salomon roller skates and only roller blades. I picked these up they wanted £10. I got them down to 8. I thought these would be like £150 new, maybe 200 or more. And they probably are, but the resale rate isn't actually that big on these, and I possibly will be lucky if I can get 25 quid, which is still, I should easily be able to double my money, but I was hoping for like a 50 or 60 quid kind of thing on these.
Yeah, and general rule is never pick up anything that you can't afford to lose. So if it's, 5, 10, 20 pounds, if you can't afford to lose that money, then don't risk it.
No, you don't
all
really.
A bit of a gamble when you buy things to resell, whether you're actually going to be able to resell it or not.
Absolutely. Before anyone says, I will show that there is actually the two. It is a pair. I didn't just buy it, for one summer. Half price for no. There is actually a whole pair. So yeah, that was my next one. But I've never actually bought ski boots before. I don't know that I'll ever buy them again.
Probably not. It's all right. Echo wants to use them as a new toy.
Echo's going to use them as a chew toy. What have you got next, Jan?
Oh, I've got Echo a toy. I've got her a little cushion. It's just a little cushion. It's a bit grubby. I really should put it through the wash, but I'll probably give it to her in a minute. 10p.
10p?
10p.
Excellent.
No glass eyes, no plastic noses, nothing inside that could damage it.
So it's a very good kind of for her. That's pretty good.
Yes,
that's pretty nice. Let's see, what did I get?
10p happy cushion.
Okay, well I'm gonna. The first two things that I picked up. Well, let me get the first one that I picked up. Comes in a bag.
Before you get too excited, are you reading these?
Oh, hang on. What's this? Oliver. I've recently started getting negative feedback without the buyer giving me the opportunity to solve the issue.
That is really frustrating. And, you know, last night, within the space of 2 or 3 minutes, I had somebody make an offer. I agreed the offer, they purchased the item, they paid for the item, and then they asked to cancel the item. And it's like, I didn't dare say anything in case I got negative feedback from it.
Yeah.
Which was really annoying. But
I
mean, why would you put an offer in and then cancel it immediately?
Yeah. I mean, that just does not make any sense.
Put the offer in and pay for it. You know, I can understand putting the offer in and then thinking,
which happens regularly. I get that a lot where someone just puts.
But paying for it is like, you've got a 2-dog attack.
I've got 2-dog attack. Yeah, yes. What was the one I had a negative for? I forget what that is now.
Anyway, sorry I interrupted you.
No problem. So I've got a Wii bundle. So obviously got the Nintendo Wii. That way around. Yeah, so I've got the Wii, and it has. Didn't really have a good look, to be honest. I should have probably, but it's got a remote. It's got another remote. We have a nunchucker, and we have the power supply in the bag, and it's got the remote bar. So I paid 15 for that, and it has. Actually, there we go. So it has the Disney Universe game. It has the Endless Ocean. It has Wii Play. I actually quite like the Wii Play game. There's some good little games in that. Sonic and the Secret Rings. That's okay. And Sims 2 Castaway. So I've got that little bundle for 15 quid, and I think I should do all right on that. It's, you know, there's not many boot sales left of the year. There's not that many, and we're going to be coming up to Christmas. That's the perfect time for selling the Wiis. So I think that should be quite good. And then thing is, about 2 tables down, where are we?
Noisy, those bags,
I know, they are noisy, yeah. 2 tables down, there was another Wii. There's the flap in the bag, I think. It has a... Yeah, there's the flap. That'll go back on there, that's okay. Has the controller, has a nunchuck. And then it's got the power cables and the remotes. Actually, I think I might have actually got this the wrong way around. The one I just showed you might have been the first one, but anyway. And it was asking 25. I said, "Oh, I've just bought one for 15." So he said, "Oh, I'll do it for 15 then." But it was good.
I just said, "Well, aren't you lucky?"
Yeah. Well, it depends what kind of. Now this had some other. I thought this was all Wii stuff, but there's actually 4 kids films. They're actually in the bag as well. So that's okay. But we've got the Wii Fit, Mario and Sonic Olympic Games, Avatar the game, Summer Athletics, Wii Music. I've not played Wii Music. Samba di Amica or something. if you haven't,
somebody amigo, yeah.
I am dyslexic.
Some sort of Mexican amigo.
Yeah. Kung Fu Panda. Big Beach Sports. I've not seen this one. It's G1 jockey. So you actually get to be a jockey and race. I don't know, could be quite good fun. Pirates of the Caribbean. Racing, which is a GT Pro Series. Family Ski. Donkey Kong Country Returns. We've got Disney Cars. What's that one?
Madagascar to Escape Africa.
Yeah. Never seen that one either. And My Fitness Coach. So that was quite a big kind of bundle. And I got that for 15. So that is the Wii's all done. How about you, John? What's your next one?
Oh, well, that seems to be my thing these days. Another bone china mug for 50p.
Has it got anything in it, though?
Well, needs a wash, but once it's washed up, I just like the shape of that one. To me, it's all about the shape and the china.
Yeah, it is a nice shape.
hand shape, doesn't it? So you can
Yeah.
hold on to it when it's colder. So that's for me. That's
And what was the colour? Well, not colour. What's the picture on it? It's grapes, is it?
Yeah.
So
yeah, grapes.
That's quite nice. Night's Life. Highlights Life.
I can't read what it says on the bottom. But anyway, nothing that fantastic. And then I also found I know a lot of people are picking up Pyrex dishes lately. I don't even know if this is Pyrex. It's can you read that?
Made in England.
Yeah, it is Pyrex. It says on this one. But I like these because I batch cook and then I'll do a casserole or something and then wrap it up and throw it in the freezer and then just pull the whole thing out and stick it in the oven. So
I think a cloud is just coming across or something. Something's happened. It's just changed the light of the camera.
Oh,
sorry, guys. But that's a nice Pyrex, isn't it? As you say, it's nice to batch cook, so you can stick it in the freezer and then pull it out and whack it straight in. That's nice. Right, hang on here.
oh, you were asking when my walkie-talkie was here.
Oh yeah.
It's there, so you can stick it on the charger later.
All right.
Didn't use them at all today.
Didn't even turn it on.
Oh, that's why I didn't hear you when.
I turned mine on and Jan didn't even turn hers on.
You just handed it to me. I thought you got it all up ready to go. I didn't even look at it. You just stuck it in your bag, so I left it in there.
Well, I think the main thing is it's very rarely that I'm calling you. It's more
the only time that I was about to call you, you just happened to walk up to me anyway, so I must have sent out telepathic messages. But mine was on, and
if you had have needed me, you could have turned it on, and then I would have already had mine on. So it's not a problem.
Well, it's more important that you're
not a problem. Anyway, my next one.
Binoculars by any chance?
Binoculars by any chance? Do you know me or do you know me?
Couldn't be a boat sale without binoculars. All lens caps.
Lens caps on there.
Correct. Super Zenith. High quality triple tested.
Tested.
That sounds posh.
Saying that, I didn't even look through them. Well, I probably did. Well, I didn't actually look through them, but they're kind of. I probably can't do that with glasses on, but.
No, not with your bottly glasses.
I haven't got bottly glasses. Yeah, they're quite nice. They're quite crisp, actually. So they're quite good. I think they were two or three quid. It was 2 or 3 quid and something like that.
They're not top of the range ones. You can tell by the case that.
Yeah, but there was some nicer ones that I actually saw there for 8 quid, but they were 8 quid, and it's like I didn't know the brand, but these should go for, I would say, anywhere between 12 to 20 quid. So for 2, 3 quid, that's well worth it, I think. Although we've got a broken bit. Oh,
A broken bit
there's a cap
goes on the top there.
goes on top
Should
there.
just clip on, I would think.
Or if it doesn't clip, then I will glue it or something. But anyway, that's
But at
okay.
least you've got the bit in there.
I've got the bit in there.
So
And
that's good.
it's got a case, so not bad. Not bad
Oh,
at
it is
all.
keep going dark.
It does, doesn't it?
I don't think it's anything to do with clouds. I think it's something to do with
It's trying to find the. See, as I do this, it's to do with the camera lens trying to work out, because at the back you've got a lot of at the back of the picture you've got a lot of light, so it's trying to work out what it's actually looking at.
Oh, sorry about this, people.
So that's sorry about the lightness. It's to do with the curtain, but I don't really want to pull the curtain. It's nice to have the sunshine.
It is, yeah.
So okay, what have you got next, yeah?
Hold on, I'm running out of space here. That's I didn't buy that.
No.
I've got a couple of jigsaw. Oh well, before I show you that, I got for the dogs. It's an anti-gulping dog bowl.
So make some.
Actually, feel the weight of that. It's actually quite heavy.
Oh, it is, yeah. So.
And a Mason and Cash.
Oh, that's a
water
nice
bowl.
one. Yeah.
We've got several of these already, but I like to have them dotted all around the house. So.
Yeah, but that's having those bits in there just means they can't go. They've got to go between. It's slightly more fiddly down for them.
Slows their eating down by about 5 minutes. It says.
Sorry, just having to let the dogs out.
Still got, but she had £3 on that one, £4 on that one. I got them both for £5. So, but again, that's not for reselling. That's for us to keep for our babies. And I've just noticed that the little things that are stuck up are little heart shapes.
Oh,
isn't that lovely?
It's sweet, isn't it? It really has gone dark. Right. So these last bits, I borrowed 10 quid. Well, I had 50 quid, and then I borrowed 10 off Jan because I'd run out basically, and she still had enough to spare. So there's this Panasonic Blu-ray. Now, Blu-rays do pretty well. I bought this for £2. It hasn't got a remote, but this could still sell for almost 20 quid.
Even without the remote.
Even without the remote. And it's actually, this one actually says about 4K Ultra. So yeah, I mean, it's quite a high spec. It was bizarre really, because the guy who had this had he had a Tesco's CD player, not CD player, a DVD player, and the it was only a Tesco. It was probably only about 19 quid new, something like that. It was quite a cheap, and it was kind of it had a remote, and it was after £5. Yet the Blu-ray player, because it didn't have a remote, was happy to do for 2 quid. So that was actually really quite cool. Jan, I hope you
Charged him interest on the 10.
On the 10. Oh, we haven't worked out that yet.
Well, the thing
Don't
is,
give her ideas.
we go to the cash point in the morning on the way to the boot sale at the the garage that we go to always runs in and buys a finger of fudge just to get some change and break the notes down a little bit. So I suppose the finger of fudge. You can
have a 25p finger of fudge.
But I stick it. I mean, he munches his before we even arrive. But I stick it in my handbag, and then it comes as a nice surprise one day when I think, oh, I forgot I had that.
But anyway, so I'm hoping that should be this one. Only 2 quid for it, but I'm hoping that I should get about 20 quid for that, which is not bad out of 2 quid. Echo, come on.
Echo, come on. Where are you?
Right, and
smelly puppy. Got disgusting habits and smells. Oh, she stinks actually.
Yeah, sorry. I hope you can't smell that your end, but our puppy has just decided to eat her own poop. Sorry about that.
Ooh, that's a bit grim.
So yeah, it was not clean. Okay, but for £2, this is a BT Vision box.
Now, are you going to have the same problem with that as you have with the Virgin one?
I don't think so. I had a problem. There was I bought a Virgin box, and I've had to take that off.
Virgin themselves
actually complained, and I had to remove that item. So I'm hoping that this one will be okay, but it does have the remote for it. So although it needs a damn good clean, I got it for £2. It has a remote. To be honest, the remote will probably be worth over £2. But yeah, it's well grubby. It's gonna need maybe I'll do a film about cleaning this one up. Who knows? But yes, this one's gonna need a bit of a.
I was just thinking. Last night I watched the end of our film where we did packing.
Right.
And I was watching him do that box, and oh my goodness, if you haven't seen it, I died on the inside watching him making up this box. It was like...
Jan was telling me this morning, I watched it and I could feel part of me dying. All right,
it was the most dreadful thing I've ever seen.
I'm not great at making boxes, but I can make them, and the people, well, I don't know quite what they say, but
the thing is, now we have YouTube and we can show the world what we're doing. You should pick out the things you do really well.
No, let's be real about it. You know, the thing is, if I can make a box that looks like a complete abortion and it looks so appallingly, but it gets there to somebody else who can make somebody else who can make a better box, it'll make them feel good about themselves. That they can make a better box than that.
So you just show people you doing it badly so they can feel better about
Absolutely.
Take that on yourself.
Take that upon my shoulders. I'll take that as, if you can make a better box than the other, and you can feel good about yourself because you did that. Who knows? Mr. Diggs, good afternoon. Hi, how are you? Yeah, so anyway, so that was that, and then you've still got a couple of bits, and I've only got one left.
I've got 2 jigsaw puzzles that he wanted £3 each, but I got 2 for £5.
2 for £5.
Not the best pictures on them, but that's a 1,000-piece puzzle. They're still sealed in. They've still got the cellophane on. I'll only buy jigsaws if they got the cellophane on, because
that's not a bad
especially
picture,
after that 3,000-piece one that both of us spent hours trying to count
out, and in the end we've given it to my mum.
To try and
Hi, Mum.
And another one there, a 2,000-piece one.
Well,
like I said,
quite interesting.
Well, I mean, somebody else might like to. It wouldn't appeal to. I can't do it.
Yeah.
I can't angle it right. You know, somebody else might enjoy that, but it's a 2,000-piece puzzle, so.
Yeah, that'd be quite nice.
That's the 2 jigsaw puzzles for £5. I thought that was a good deal.
The unfortunate bit about that one, I see, has got some holes in the cellophane.
Tiny holes,
and they might have some dust inside.
No, that's coming off.
Is it? Oh, okay.
It's just where they've had them probably on the floor, and people have walked past and splashed mud up, I should think. But anyway, that's those 2.
Yeah. Oh, did I miss Paul? Yeah. Hi, Paul.
Hi, Paul.
I hope everybody on here is good. Hope we're all having a good afternoon. It's gone dark again.
Yeah. And we should do a shout out to Julie and Brian at the boot sale, because they were wanting to know, because Neil filmed them a little bit.
Yes.
We have gone really dark.
We have.
And they wanted to know when the film would be on. So if we just say hello to them now, because we've got to wait now for.
It's great having a chat with you.
We've got to wait now for Andrew at the boot sale to approve the film.
Yes.
Before we upload the other one.
Yeah, Andy's going to approve the a little bit of discrepancy, well, not discrepancy. Somebody or some people that have complained about being filmed at Rusper.
Some of the staff.
Some of the staff and
some of the helpers
some people.
there
And
aren't happy about being on the internet.
That's fine. But I had a chat with Andy, the organizer, and we've come up with a compromise that I'm going to try and make sure I don't get anyone's faces in there. And then I'm going to edit it and send him a copy. If he okays it, then we'll put it live to the public. Not looking to make anybody unhappy on any films.
Yeah, we
this is for people's enjoyment and learning.
And it was just a case of you caught them by accident, hadn't you? You hadn't focused on them.
Well, the thing is, it's all. Sorry. It's all about showing the goings on of a car boot sale, and and how what people can expect when they get there. So,
and it's really about us rather than them, isn't it? And unless we're actually having a conversation with somebody, then
it's our experience.
Well, if we're actually having a conversation, then they know that we're filming them, and we say, "Do you mind if?"
But I think part of what it was is we showed as it goes in. It was to kind of show the lines of walking backwards and forwards, and somebody with a disability and not being able to walk far and whatever, and wanted to kind of show that entry bit so that anybody going there would understand the whole scenario, the whole setup. So yes, it's about us.
On the way in, they've taped off so that you've got a big zigzag queue to actually get in there. It's just their way of trying to manage people during the pandemic and everything.
And that's fine. But obviously, anybody who has, I know people can still go to car boot sales even if they have problems walking. It's just they know how to manage their walking. And when you've got a zigzag line, it can be misleading of quite how much extra you're having to walk.
It's a lot of extra to walk. And so what I normally do is, as I arrive at the queue, I'll pick out the person who would be in front of me, and then I'll just say, right, I'll wait until they get to the front, and then I'll go in right behind them.
Because we're not looking
so I'm not
to
trying to
queue
jump. I'm just trying to not have to walk up and down, up and down, up and down. But anyway.
Hi, Gary. Did we say hi, Gary? No.
Hello, Gary.
Hi, Gary.
We said it before. We'll say it again.
Happy to say it again, and to everybody else.
But anyway, I've picked up that as well, which you'll know more about. We've been having trouble for months, haven't we, with our Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
We're
getting
and then
good speed-ish.
Contacted Virgin, and it's quite scary really, from his computer at his end, could tell how many things we've got running here. How many computers we've got, and computers and phones and Alexas and all the different things that we've got. Printers connected to the internet, and he said we're running far too many things. But I have a good package, but even so, we're not getting the speeds that we should be because it's spread out so much. And so this should just help to send the signal around.
Yeah, help to keep
we get Wi-Fi repeater.
We're on a good, we're on a pretty good package, but with so many items, we don't necessarily actually, because we're. Most people, you get your router, and these days you're using the Wi-Fi. You're not actually plugging in with a hard cable. If we wanted to plug in with a hard cable, we would get faster speeds. But we don't want cables all around. That's why you use Wi-Fi.
And the guy at Virgin kept saying we're too far away from the router and we need to move the router. But no, there's nowhere to move the router to. So
but that's the thing.
He suggested getting some of these. Well, I think it's these. He suggested.
If you stream, it's one of those. If you're streaming stuff,
so these are about
multiple
30 odd quid to buy, and I got one for £2. And lady only sold it because Sky gave her one free. Okay, so £2 I paid for that one.
Chester's having a woof. Sorry, he's
I was trying to get through.
And Jan's got things to learn. How many more bits you got?
It's my last one next.
Your last one? Well, as Jan's got the best thing of the day, I would say.
So you do yours.
I will do my last one. So there was this bag,
which is pretty good itself.
It's a nice little bag. It was just sat on a table amongst some clothes, to be honest. And it was being pretty much walked by. Now, does anyone know what the two squares mean? The two squares is the Nintendo DS kind of symbol. So it's a Nintendo DS bag, and I thought, oh, that's quite nice. I could use it to put all my stuff in. I picked up a DS a while ago. However, this one, I thought initially I just thought it was the bag.
And you would have bought it if it was just
and I
the
would
bag.
have bought it if it just had the bag. But the lady said, yes, it does have the DS in it. So it has the DS. And it works.
It's a light, that one, isn't it?
It's a DS Lite. Yes, it's a nice little black one. It also has
Stylus.
has the styluses in it. And in the back compartment, in the back compartment, you have let's see if we will see it in the light.
There's lots of little
There we go. Lots of little pouches.
pouches to
Get your finger up.
put your games in.
There we go. Now
I
you
was
can
just
see
trying
it.
to demonstrate their pouches.
I know, but it was just showing black. So every time you tilted it with your finger, they couldn't see it. So anyway, so you got all the pouches there to put the little games in. And then on the other side, you've got the charger. And so yeah, the charger's in the back there. And she wanted £8 for it. I literally only had £6.50 left. And I said, look, I'll literally have £6.50. Would you take it? So she did. And £6.50 for a nice DS bag with the DS and the charger. And that's ideal for putting the games and that in. Yeah, £6.50. I think that's damn good. So that is all of my items.
Well, my last one, I don't even know how I'm going to show it.
Well, I'm going to move this
I've
chair
got no space
and then we'll pick it up.
between the chairs and the dogs and everything else. So Neil might have to lift it over because it's big. And this is a genuine Sholly shopping trolley. It's got the Sholly logo on the front. It should have the...
Yeah, I'm just trying to do it to the camera.
Should have on the back there where it says Sholly. Sholly's are I think they're the biggest selling trolley company in the country, and they sell anything up to nearly £200 for these trolleys because they're also designed for disabled people. They're incredibly stable, so you can actually use them as a balancing aid, and if you're ill because you've had an operation or something, you can to a certain extent lean on them.
They're also really good, obviously, if you're a reseller and you want to.
Oh yeah, anybody who's reselling
and you want to have a good
trolley.
Hasn't got a festival trolley. This would make a really nice.
And they've got if you can tip it over, they've got pockets inside for phones and things, and another pocket down the front to put, I don't know, whatever you want in there. Got pockets on the side for umbrellas or walking stick. Well, you wouldn't want walking sticks on that, but
no.
You stick your paper in the side. Pockets on the front.
It's just really good
I
quality.
picked this up for £5, which for a boot sale pickup of a Sholly trolley is really good.
Yeah.
And this particular one sold recently for £85 on eBay.
Really good pickup then.
Sometimes they sell a little bit cheaper, but this particular one between 40 and 85. But either way,
yeah,
for a £5 layout.
I think you did. But that's got to be our best buy of the day, isn't it?
Yeah, and they do fold up. If you put it down and then.
Yeah, we're not going to do that right now.
No. Okay.
Well, all right, come on. Can we do it without disturbing the dogs too much?
Probably not, but if you just pull that up, pull that bit
up
towards the handle.
Yes.
This bar, no, not that bar there.
Right.
Goes towards the handle, and then it should slide.
Is there a lock on it or something to stop it from doing it? Oh no, there we go. It's going.
Well, don't use brute force in case there is a lock.
I'm just saying it's going.
Okay.
You wanted it done.
Yeah, but I know what you're like for forcing things when.
No, I think you've got to unflat that to do it. Anyway, technically it would fold, but we're not doing it right now. So I can feel movement on it, but I say we don't want to break it, and it is live. So anyway, put that up there.
Oh yeah, muddy wheel trolley on the sofa. Well, I suppose the dogs go on there, but
yeah.
It shows you how special we are. That between us we can't fold up a shopping trolley.
Yeah.
But
So,
anyway, that was our little haul for today. So, what other news?
What
have we
a bad
got?
little haul.
Well, one thing that I was going to mention is that our local car park in the town centre, we've got a multi-storey car park which has been managed by NCP. Car Park.
Yeah.
What's that? National Car Parks, I
So
suppose that is. But anyway, they lease it from the council, and they've been running it ever since it opened, I think. And they have suddenly just pulled out of their lease. And I mean, the note from the council said without any notice they've just withdrawn from their lease, which means that now the council have got to close it for 2 months while they do ongoing repairs because the lift isn't working and things like this. So to me, that says that NCP is in some serious trouble, but also with all the lockdowns and things, that car park just wasn't viable.
Yeah.
You know, it just wasn't bringing in enough money to keep paying out the lease on it. But it's an ideal place for a boot sale.
It would be.
I got on to Billy yesterday, who does the Rusper boot sale.
Yeah.
And I said, don't know if you're aware, but this car park is now under Crawley Council. They owned it anyway, but it's under Crawley Council management. Why don't you get in touch with them and see if you can use it for a boot sale? Because, you know, the town centre, like everywhere else in the country, has suffered hugely over the last couple of years.
I mean, we don't know if it will be possible, or if he wants to, but it's an idea, and it would be.
You know, other multi-storey car parks around the country. Down in Brighton, they do one at the marina in the multi-storey car park. You know,
to have
and it
over
means
the
it's then an all-year-round venue. You know, because it's sheltered if it rains.
It would be nice. I'm just going to let Chester out that gate for a sec. But yeah, it would be nice. It would be really nice to have a one that's available through the winter. I know there are some.
I don't know if you can hear him. He carried on talking as he walked out of the room then, but yeah, it would be good to have one locally that's available during the winter.
Sorry about that. Dogs and all that, you know.
Yeah, because I personally think that we're heading for a huge worldwide recession. I mean, there's all the signs for it, but that does mean that there is an opportunity there for resellers. I'm not saying we're going to get rich through it, but what's going to be a result of it is that if people can't get the products brand new, because it seems every factory in the world is having problems at the moment. They can't get in what they need to get to manufacture the goods. They can't ship the goods. So if you're selling second-hand, the second-hand items become that much more valuable. Yeah. And also, as the recession hits, then people need the money. That means they're going to start selling their things. So if we as intermediaries can then go from buying and shifting it from one place to another, you know, it does mean that we can kind of weather the storm a little bit. I think that's a good opportunity for us.
That is the good thing.
I mean, we're not going to get rich through it.
No, but that is the good thing about being a reseller is, you know, the stuff that was at the car boot sale today, there are people all around the country that weren't able to get to that one and to be able to buy those specific items. And that's what we kind of do. We're going to car boot sales, we're picking up the items, and then we're cleaning them, we're testing them, and then putting them on eBay. That means anyone in the country or in other countries can buy and have recycled that item. I know
people who just couldn't bear to go to a boot sale anyway. Not because they're snobs, they just couldn't bear it. You know, the whole thing about they go, you know, they can't even begin to think about bartering, and you know, they just don't want to do it. I mean, a friend of mine who they often do boot sales, or she just chucks out things and then says to her husband, "You just take it all and get rid of it." So. Because she said, you know, she just couldn't bear going there herself.
That's interesting.
The post office is.
The post office and Hermes are going to struggle to meet demand on shipping according to my local.
Oh, really?
That's interesting. Well, mate, maybe they ought to try improving a bit. And I mean, the post office. I mean, they obviously take on a lot of seasonal for Christmas,
have had the problem just recently with the fuel. Yeah, that's going to be. I hope that you've all got fuel where you are. I mean, we haven't got queues at our petrol stations here, but they are still struggling to keep up with demand.
Yeah.
Which I don't really understand, because people aren't. I don't think people are driving further because of the fuel prices, other than looking for a station with fuel in. And bless you, sorry, Pat, that's the dog sneezing. So I don't see how demand can go up, because you're not suddenly going to say, oh, well, I'm going to go to Scotland every day just because there's a fuel crisis, are you? So I don't really understand how that works.
Okay, don't chew the wheel, please.
Face of innocence.
She says, I'm going to chew the wheel. Yes, that's just... So, yeah, but that's an interesting one. Hopefully,
but going back to reselling and the recession, that's also a time when the luxury items start coming up for sale, when people do feel they're being squeezed financially.
Yeah.
And back in the 2008 one is when I was picking up a lot of diamond jewelry and mulberry handbags. That was my kind of niche area back then.
Yeah.
Because people just needed to liquidate some
assets. Yeah. So that's a thing, isn't it? So
not that I want to have a recession, but
no,
you've got
it's
to just
not necessarily
ride with it, haven't you?
Yeah. Well, it's like with resale. Oh, it's gone dark again. It's like with all the reselling and stuff like that. Anyway, it's very much a case of you've got to try and work out the trends of things to kind of buy and what is going to sell and continue selling. And if obviously we
can. Have you moved the light?
I haven't just moved anything, and it's.
Because it seems as though
it's gone very dark.
It's the camera doing this.
It's the camera doing it. So look, if we come to here and we cut out the it's that sunshine. As the sunshine comes through, as the sunshine comes through the window, it's making it darker. Sorry about this, guys. We're going to just change the position of the camera and hope it stops playing around being so sensitive to the light. But it's that light coming through the window, though, and it's making it a bit. Saying that, we've been on for 52 minutes now. This might be a good time to kind of wrap it up, unless you've got anything else to really say.
I don't think so.
Don't think so. Guys, have you got anything you wanted to talk about as you're on? We've got 11 of you on. Thank you for having 11 people live with us. That's absolutely brilliant. Has anyone got anything they want to talk about or discuss or say about?
I just wanted to say that I caught a little bit of Night's Live last night and wanted to say I enjoyed it.
Yeah, cool.
And we really need to start putting other people's channels in our links. So
in fact, that's what we are going to
share with each other.
There's some people that we know that are regulars that have been watching our stuff. And when I get to put the description down below, I'm going to put a link of who you are and your channels to go over to your channels.
If you have a channel.
If you have a channel. I think there's about 5 or 6 people that we're definitely going to do that with. I also wanted to say
a big congratulations to Jack and Emily
from
Thrifters, who have just announced that they're having a baby, which is lovely news. They don't know the sex. They are going to have a gender reveal when they do. And we only know at the moment that it's in March. Now, my money's on a girl on the 12th.
A girl on the 12th. Are you going to put a weight on that?
A weight?
At 7 pounds.
I'll tell you what, I'll bet you a finger of
congrats on that. And what an exciting time for you guys. So so we'll be adding in the descriptions some of the links for you guys.
And it looks as though he's running out of things to say, which almost never happens.
I didn't want to waffle about a whole load of stuff.
But that's what you do.
I know I waffle, but
I mean, I refer you back to the box wrapping video.
I know. Yeah, okay. So anyway,
so now we've got to find places to put all this.
Yeah, now
stuff.
go put all this stuff and get it listed and all that stuff. So,
and
yeah.
I've got some wrapping to do as well. I've got 3 parcels to go out first thing in the morning.
Yeah. Oh, I've got, hang on, I'm going to tell you how many I've got. I think I've got 6 now. Yeah, I have 6 items ready to, that will need to be wrapped tomorrow and to get out. Mothman is saying, will there be more car boot sales in the autumn, or do you finish it until Christmas?
Well,
good question.
Rusper has said that he's going to carry on as long as the weather permits. He's just going to keep going.
Yeah. And
hang on, no, that's Faygate's going to keep going. Faygate,
yeah.
Rusper, I think they've got one more.
Yeah. And then that, depending, some of this depends how the sales go. If the sales go well and we're selling a lot and I feel that need more stock, I've got quite a lot of death pile, but if I feel that I need more, we may well visit some charity shops. There are some boot sales,
all year round boot sales further away from us.
So it might be worth.
But at the moment, with petrol being the way it is, I don't want to go anywhere that we don't have to.
Yeah, but
distance-wise,
it might be that we do a car boot sale every fortnight or every 2 or 3 weeks or something like that. That's further away. That's an undercover one. But we'll still be making films. It's not like we're just going to stop making films. We'll just find other things to make films about, to waffle about, and do lives about. It might literally be more about eBay and more about the reselling necessarily than the car boot sales. We'll just have to find other areas, but we will find other areas. And I've got really dark. Hello, someone turn the light on.
It goes dark like that, and there's something in my brain just says, "Oh, it's bedtime."
It's bedtime. Yeah, so it's time for that. So I've got to find out. See, I know it's not ideal, but I guess what we could do is just pull the curtains. And so let's put it on screen. What's in
your death pile? And what do we regret buying? I don't know that I actually regret anything that I've got so far. I've got quite a few games consoles that I bought when we very first started doing this. Which I need Neil to help me go through testing them all, and I kind of held on to them for sort of Christmas before. And then it's all the things that are just going to take forever. Like I've got loads of books that were mine. Beforehand that I need to list. I've got 2 shopping bagfuls of CDs that I bought. Right, CDs. A load of DVDs that we had from the beginning, and I've just put them off just because I'm too lazy to do it at the moment. So I need to get those going. But have I bought anything? No, I don't think I actually do regret any of the stuff. Only one. What's that? One thing was the I bought a big bin liner full of Disney plushes for, I think I paid 20 quid for them. It wasn't from a boot sale, it was from a lady locally. And when she advertised them, I think it was on Marketplace, she said, as new. And I took her at her word, went to pick them up, didn't go through them, she just kind of shoved this whole great bin bag at me because it was the height of the pandemic. And, we just sort of exchanged money and goods as fast as possible. And when I got home, they weren't brand new. And some of them, where they've been on windowsills and things, were like light damaged or even needed, not needed repair, but they were, when something's been in the light for too long and then it damages the fabric. So, I think I'd say I regret getting those. And the genie from Aladdin that's got a plastic head and ears, and the ears have actually gone. Right. The tips of the ears are And I can't even give that one to the puppy because
it's just the wrong thing.
Ate all the plasticky bits, so that's no good.
Yeah. Well, I've got so going to the obviously I've just picked up 2 new Wii consoles. I have you've seen the cardboard boxes that we have, which look like that. I have about 6 boxes of I don't know how many consoles there are, but quite a few Wii consoles. I've got another 6 boxes of like PlayStations, and also pretty much the same when it comes to Xbox 360s. So they all need to be sorted out. I've got
lots of games and accessories.
Lots of games and accessories and
Guitar Hero guitars and
so they all need sorted out. I don't know if you saw, I was buying large amounts of jewelry. I've got about probably about 3 boxes of jewelry that needs to be sorted out.
Load of jewelry that I still need to list.
There's probably about 300. I've probably got about 300 items that I've got that are already bagged, but they're not listed. And I've probably got another 2 big bags of stuff that actually need to. There's probably another couple of 100 items. They need to be put in proper little plastic bags and then listed and photographed. So there's quite a lot of jewelry that I've got there.
And then I've got a whole heap of stuff in my loft that was part of the reason why we started doing this at the beginning, that I just need to get rid of a load of stuff. You know, when I lost my mum and dad, I bought some of their bits and pieces home thinking, well, they're too good to just take to the charity shop. You know, I'll sell some of them. And like all my mum's Royal Dalton figurines, they went right at the very beginning. But there's still a lot of other stuff, you know, like mum did a lot of tapestries, and then dad would take them and have them framed. So they're really nice framed tapestries and things, which somebody might want.
Yeah.
Seems a shame to just chuck them out when so much work went into them. And then I've got other stuff up there, old Christmas stuff. But we really need to get down to clearing out the loft so we get rid of all the stuff that we don't want, so that we can use it for all this stuff that is stock, because, you know, we really do need to use that space. Yeah,
we do. So that's going to be quite an important one. Obviously, you know, I also pick up a lot of cameras. I've got a couple of those boxes that we've got there, probably 50 or 60 little cameras. Which I need to sort out and get a hold of some chargers to recharge the rechargeable batteries for, and other ones need cleaning up and stuff. I've been working through them this last week actually, but yeah, there's still quite a lot of stuff. I mean, it would probably take me a couple of months.
Things you regret buying?
Things I regret buying. Well, one of the things I do. That I did regret buying at the time. Do you remember that fake Olympus?
Oh, the Olympia camera.
The Olympia camera that I picked up for £10. It had 3 lenses with it. I thought it was going to be worth quite a bit. I didn't look at it properly.
You thought it was an Olympus, didn't you?
I thought it was an Olympus, not an Olympia. But I picked it up for £10. I still sold it for 11. So it was
well that ends well.
Yeah, I didn't make a loss on it. So yeah, that's a that's an item that I didn't do well on.
I think, and one thing that I do really regret getting is for a charity shop pickup were 2 murder mystery games, you know, after dinner murder games that you play. And one of them I hadn't read the box properly because I'm not a game player, so I don't know what to look for. And it's got a tape, cassette tape. Well, most people wouldn't have anything to play cassette tape on these days, so that's next to worthless. The other one is the Marks and Spencer's one that's got a DVD or something with it. But frankly, I don't think I'm going to make a penny on them. I might just take them straight back to the charity shop. I don't even know if it's worth listing.
Yeah. So, But I mean, that's the thing with some of these things is, I mean, ideally we're trying to at least not make a loss.
Yeah, and that was right back at the beginning when I didn't know what was going to sell.
Well, exactly.
Got a few months under our belts now. We're a little bit more experienced, aren't we?
Yeah,
we're still not up there with a lot of the resellers, but
I mean, the thing is,
enjoy it.
I mean,
we
it's
still
fun.
have fun, and that's the important thing, isn't it? That we actually enjoy it.
It was like today, we didn't know that the boot sale was going to be on, but when we did find out, it was like, yeah, I really enjoy going out hunting for the bargain. It's that hunting for the bargain, and not knowing if that next table you're going to go to is going to have something that's really great that you really want. And that's really, really good. I was really, I know it's ridiculous. You go to a shop and then you don't buy it, and you get home and you get buyer's regret because you didn't pick it up, and then you think, well, I'll go back to the shop. But I go around boot sales, and then I'm good at the time, and I think, no, I'm not going to buy that. And then I go home, and then every week after that, I'm looking for the same car selling the same thing in case, Yeah.
Because I think, well, I regret not picking something up. And, there's so many things that I look at and I think I'd like to buy it, but then I don't because for whatever reason, I don't get it.
So, Zippy, how about yourself? What have you got an item that you most regret buying? And open to everybody else, including if you're watching this on a replay, pop your comments down below of what is the item, what did you pay for it, if you can remember, and what is the item that you most regret buying, and why, if you would, because that's kind of interesting.
I can't read what was Mummy saying.
I don't know.
Can you tell us soon as you arrive whether it's worth looking around? I think it's always worth looking around. You go to a boot sale and you just never know. The best thing that I ever bought at a boot sale was, it was 11:30 in the morning. It was the weekend that we'd met.
Yep.
We'd met at a camp, and I was on my way home and stopped at a boot sale because, I've always been addicted. And it was like the last car with the last table, and it was the last thing on the table, and it was a chalice. And I loved it, and I bought it. I only spent a couple of quid on it, but
yes.
Then I got a friend of mine to engrave it, and that's actually featured in Rituals in Stonehenge, and photographs of it have appeared in books.
Yes.
I look through books and I think, oh, that's my chalice.
That's my chalice, yeah. So
yeah, it's always worth going, always worth having a look around.
And always go, I mean, unless you're out of money, but I would say always go to every single store and try and look on the table. Have a look around what's actually on the table.
Well, this is the thing, if you're able-bodied, I don't do it anymore because I can't just keep going round. But you have your quick run round first and a quick glance and pick up stuff before anybody else comes along and sees it. But then after that, you go round slower and you look more thoroughly and start picking through, because you just never know when you're going to find those little gems.
And it is very much like that. I mean, that's what I did today. I went round first of all, and then I went round for the second time. And as you say, there are certain things that are going to be quite big that you're going to kind of like, yeah, I definitely want that. It's going to be seen by people. They're going to go quickly. Then you've got the other items where, as you say, you're actually, there's a table, what's under the table, what's in that box. Actually get in that box and have a look. The amount of times that I have looked in those boxes and found, oh, there's a little case. What's in the case? Oh, it's a camera that I want. Excellent.
And what I found hugely valuable as part of the learning process is watching everybody else's videos and looking at what other people buy. Because now I go around boot sales and I think, well, Jack and Emily would buy that, or Andrea would buy that, from Nick and Andrea, and I'm looking at things and thinking of other people, Cola Flipper.
Well, I almost bought something that I think Jack and Emily probably would have bought, because they buy the chairs and that, don't they?
Yeah.
Now today there were two
And
beach chairs.
Retro reseller, he buys.
Does he? There were two chairs. They were £1 each, but they were beach chairs. So you have like a frame to lean up against, but the rest of it is flat. So it's not like a proper chair, but it is in the style of those kind of chairs. And I thought, yeah, that for £1 they probably would have. I considered it.
And even people that are quite new to doing it, like Curious Flea, Rebecca.
Yep.
You know, I don't know how long she's been doing it for, but she picks things up that are so different from the things I would have ever looked at. But again, I'm looking at thinking, you know, I watch her videos and I think, well, I would never pick that up, but perhaps I should.
Yeah. Well, it's like that. I picked up the child carrier, the rucksack child carrier.
Yeah, it was Dave Keith.
That was Dave Keith. And
one of those.
I forget what I paid for it now, but I think I paid 10 or 15 quid and sold it for, was it 95 or something like that? It was up near the 100. It was a very good, and literally it's because I watched somebody else's, I watched Dave Keith's film about it, and it's like, yeah, I saw it the next week and thought, I need to pick that up.
I think, to be brutally honest, if we just decided to be resellers without watching anybody's videos ever, we'd be rubbish.
Oh, we're not that good anyway. But yes. Yeah, I think that's the thing.
I just don't think we'd be any good at it because, you know, you kind of stick with what you know and what you're familiar with, and without seeing what other people do.
Yeah, and
looking at their advice and things. And
well, without watching those films to start with, we just would have been doing a little bit of eBaying and not seen the whole way that the way that other people are doing it, and there is a kind of style of
watching other people show how to tell if, you know, like with trainers, how to check on the trainers if they're fit, you know, fit for purpose, or if they're fake or whatever.
Fake and all that kind of stuff. It is so valuable.
So I have to say a great big thank you to the whole reselling community that have really been helpful and so friendly. Everybody's been so friendly and helpful. You know what I mean? Glenn, who we saw, Glenn and
Tony today. Hi, Glenn and Tony.
We saw them this morning. You know, they've been helpful. You know, I think it's Ray from. I'm not sure if it's R&J resellers, but anyway, Ray, who sometimes watches us, and you know, he's offered to be, you know, if we need any help to get in touch with him. You know, people just.
Hi, Glenn.
Oh, hi.
Yeah.
And last time we were at a boot sale, Glenn let me £1 and he wouldn't let me pay it back today. So thank you. I should have given him my finger of fat.
Oh, that's cool. No, it was good. It was a nice boot sale today.
Yeah. Did you pick up anything decent this morning, Glenn? Because you were speaking to him on the way out.
Yeah, I don't know if you picked anything. Was it just the binoculars today, Glenn? All goes quiet. Was it just the binoculars?
They're ignoring you.
I'm not going to answer him,
They've
no.
gone to make a cup of tea or taking a pee break.
Yes, there's 14 people up on the screen.
None of them are watching.
They've all turned it on and gone off to make tea or lunch or what.
They're sitting there either gaming or what I do.
Oh, they're talking to us.
I watch. I say watch films. I don't actually watch them so much. I'll take my phone out to the kitchen and put it on the side, playing other people's videos while I'm washing up or doing whatever.
Also get and this is the thing. A lot of the other resellers, Jan will sit in the chair and be watching it and listening it to, and I'll be sitting here listening or doing something else. So I get to listen to a lot.
That was the other thing about that boxing video. I hadn't because I was sat in my chair, and I hadn't realised that I was actually visible in the camera as well, and I was just kind of flopped all over the chair, looking really slovenly. Well, I don't sit upright in my armchair. I just lay across the arms there, so I've got my legs up one side of my head.
Tell you I was filming, but,
yeah, but
you didn't quite get
that. I didn't think that you'd have the camera sort of that far, that going that wide. So, I apologise for my appearance in that one. I'm just in my chair with my phone, looking at whatever.
Here's the little camera, which is the
so I can't
what
tell
I've been filming on. This is the DJI Osmo Action, but it's an action cam, and action cams are notorious for being a wide, so actually get a very wide view of what's going on.
I've got a GoPro Hero 8, but for some reason I can't link mine up to my iMac, which isn't just me, it's a problem that's common to Hero 8s and iMacs, and there are solutions on the internet, but I can't make any of them work. So, and now I've lost it.
What, the camera?
Yeah.
Oh, but Jan,
I know. Do you remember years and years ago there was that advert with the father and his little boy on a beach, and Charles making sandcastles and things, and the dad says, "Kevin, where's the car?" And Kevin looks up and he said, "In the sand." Well, that's what this house is like. You know, we lose things.
Somewhere.
It's in the sand.
In the sand. Yeah.
It's just in case you just got to dig for whatever you want. So anyway, I've got a Hero 8 that's almost brand new that I want to be using.
Yeah.
And we'll learn to use if I could only find it.
Fair enough. Right. Anything else? Anyone got anything else that they want to chat about? Anyone still watching? Hello. I mean, I can see you watching, but are you watching? As in
who's going to start asking you questions in a minute?
All right. What's your shoe size?
No, it's just going to be like the generation game. You're going to have to tell us what we bought. We're going to quiz you on it. And today, Neil had. I've got the cuddly toy. And
a cuddly toy. A Wii. Another Wii.
Balls,
another Wii game.
Trolley. But anyway, we will have to wrap it up.
Yeah, I think
we've got to clear this mess up.
Yeah, an hour and 16 minutes. That's pretty long enough. I think you guys need to go and do something else.
The trolley by the look of it.
A dog asleep under the trolley.
I don't know if you can see her. She's got a little nose.
Hang on, there we go.
Underneath the trolley.
Underneath the trolley.
Bless her. She's getting so big.
Yeah.
Just over 20 weeks old now, and getting really, really big, and getting all her big teeth as well.
We have got one more. What do we think of Ford car boot?
You love it, don't you? I don't like it very much.
Yeah,
I find there's because it's mainly
traders,
and
but then although it's mainly traders, they do have. It might not be ideal. Ideally, we want kind of people who have never been to a boot sale before. They've just got a whole load of stuff, cleaning their loft, and just want to go. However, yes, there is a lot of traders.
In some ways, it's good for me because it's on a hard surface, so it's easy to walk around. But it's a hell of a drive for us, isn't it? I mean, how long does it take to get there?
It's probably about a 45-minute, if not more, kind of drive.
I'd say more.
I still kind of like it, and the thing is that there is a lot of. The last time I went, there was a lot of house clearance kind of people. There's a lot of people doing kind of antique kind of stuff. It might not feel the same, but it kind of, I still came away with a load of stuff to resell. And
we've been before and I've bought things there before, but I think it's that mostly I always feel that all the stuff's just a little bit grubby. Do you know what I mean?
No, I don't get that, but that's a you thing. That's
because I've got a thing about having dirty hands. And
I'm a plumber, and grew up in the kind of I don't have a problem with that. So. And
then for me, last time we went down there, because they'd introduced this to try and manage people due to COVID regulations.
Yeah.
They were only let. In the car park, you had to wait in your car, and then they would let one row of cars in at a time with one row of people from the cars. And we ended up being so far away from the entrance. It was
And
it's too far for me to go just to get there.
Yeah, I mean, that is the thing, is that they at that time that we went, they didn't have a disabled spot, and although yes, you do have to walk round the boot sale, if they almost double, I mean, not kind of double, but if they greatly increase how far you've got to walk just to even get to the boot sale, then it really limits people who could do some of the boot sale, even if it's not all of it. But if you increase how far you have to go to get there, then it's not accessible for some people. And they didn't have any disabled spots up at the front.
I do sometimes use a scooter, which can fit in the car quite easily. But the problem with that is you go around on a scooter, or even if you're in a wheelchair, you end up looking at people's bums all the time. And that's not nice. You can't get close enough to see anything on the tables. I think that's why we actually stopped going to boot sales during that sort of period when I was sort of unable to walk around them.
Yeah.
And nowadays I'll only go to a boot sale because I've got my mum's old, I call it a wheelie walker. It's like a chair, a balance chair on wheels.
So you've got somewhere you can sit down, but it also helps for stability as well.
Well, it's stability. I can have a sit down, and also I can put things on the seat while I'm walking around to.
Yeah. So
So it's a kind of trolley.
I'm personally more than happy to go to Ford. Don't have a problem with that. If there's other ones on, I think it's very, very much trader orientated. There's a lot less private people just selling their stuff. But I say it's still an outlet for buying stuff.
And to be honest, if I needed that fix of a boot sale and there was nothing else on, I would still go.
You would still go. Well, there we go.
Yeah, if I just, because sometimes you just need to go, don't you?
Well, yeah, and there is also that.
I mean, even before we were doing reselling, we'd go on holiday, and because we'd go camping.
Yeah.
If there's a boot sale on, I mean, we've gone to like 3 or 4 boot sales in a weekend on holiday, haven't we?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you just never know what you're going to get.
And especially different things in different areas, It's so. I mean, that is the thing at the moment. If the whole idea is to get more of an income from this and to be selling when we build it up to have more money, then obviously you don't mind going quite as far afield because you can afford the fuel. But when you haven't got a lot of turnover happening, when things are quite quiet, obviously you want to stay local.
And also the frustrating thing now is we always used to go in your van, so we had no limit whatsoever on what we were picking up in terms of size.
Yeah.
Whereas now we're using my car, so it gets very full, doesn't it?
It does get very full. It would be much better to have a
van.
A van. Oh, we've got something else happening. What's that? I find it best car boot. Hidden gems, but understand where you're coming from. Yeah. I say so. I do like it. But it yes, and there can be hidden gems.
The thing with the traders is they know the value of what they've got, generally speaking.
Yeah.
So you're not as likely to pick up those real little bargains.
But yeah, again, it depends if you're kind of like I pick up electrical stuff and cameras and stuff, and it does just sell, and the house clearance guys do have a lot of that kind of stuff. So
but there does seem to be an awful lot of house clearance people going on, and
yeah,
I just wonder where all these houses that they're clearing,
I don't know.
I mean, some of it you can tell are sort of very elderly people's homes that they've been called in to clear. You can just tell by what's there. And I find that quite sad as well when you go to Ford and you've got somebody's entire life just spread out on the concrete for people to pick through. I find that
it is
a little bit emotional.
But then the downside of that would be even worse. If you thought at the end of your life all your stuff is going to go straight to a tip, I would much prefer to think there's going to be people that would see value in stuff that I have and want it.
But it's just, for me, it's a person's.
Yeah.
But that's beside the
Yeah,
point,
yeah.
So
anyway, I think we're gonna wrap it up at that. You know, it's an hour and 20 minutes. I really appreciate you guys
thank you
watching.
everybody for spending some time with us this afternoon. You know, we didn't know if we were going to do this or not. We had thought it was going to be a rainy Sunday and we'd do it at 11 o'clock this morning, but it's been really nice having you all join us.
Also, really appreciate all you guys who are watching it on the recorded stuff. If you guys could, it would be brilliant if you would hit the like button, hit the thumbs up, and to actually put some comments on. We're trying to obviously grow the channel so that we can get more people that are watching it and get this out to more people that would like to enjoy it. So if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. I'm not saying do subscribe. Please consider subscribing. If you think that you've had value from this, please do subscribe. We really appreciate everybody who have added comments, and we would everybody who on the recordings, we will try and get back to you and comment if you do comment.
Certainly appreciate you all spending some of your Sunday afternoon with us.
Yeah.
But anyway, he's watching now. So
goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye. Bye.
Have a great afternoon. See you on the next one.
Bye.